Hey friend, Graham Cochran here. Today I want to help you launch your next product better, meaning I want your next product launch, whatever it is, to make more money. I want it to reach as many people as possible, get as many sales as possible, and put as much money in your pocket as possible. And I thought I would do this by sharing three specific things, three elements that you have to have in your launch for it to work. A lot of people see launches. Maybe you've seen launches online. You've seen whether it's an online business like mine or other big people doing launches, or even just brick and mortar companies launching a new product or service into the marketplace. What you see isn't the whole story. There's other things that, if you unpack it, are going on that make the launches successful. So if you only look at what they're doing, you'll never fully understand what's going on underneath, and you won't see the same success. You got to understand what's happening underneath the surface for a successful launch. So I'm going to share with you the three things you got to have for your launch to make as much money as possible. But it's also going to be helpful for you because I'm actually launching a product this week. Well, the week that this video airs, I think it's actually next week for me as I'm taping this, but I'm launching a new product at the Recording Revolution. And I've launched a ton of products over there over the years. I haven't actually launched a big one in a little while, so this is a big deal for that brand. But I thought I would show you some of the things I'm actually doing in that launch to give you some tangible examples of how to launch your next product. Well, now this doesn't have to mean you have to be an info product person or doing online courses or memberships. This can apply to anything you're selling. The principles are the same underneath it, no matter what it is that you're offering. So let's dive in to what those three elements are. And then I think you'll be better positioned to not only launch your hopefully great product well, but to make as much money as possible. All right, so element number one that you got to have at a launch is pre-launch hype or pre-launch buildup. Don't ever do what Graham of 6-7 years ago used to do. And this is what Graham would do back. I don't know why I'm speaking about myself in the third person, but I am. Back in the day, I would cook up a new product that I think would help people, that I thought would be relevant to my target market. I would make it as amazing as possible, and then it would just come out. I would send an email. I would announce it on social media and say, hey, everyone, got this new product, got this new course, got this new membership, whatever it is. I would just let people know. Now, fortunately, I had an email list, and fortunately, I'd built an audience that was captivated by my free content and really liked what I was offering. And fortunately, I was intuitive enough to know what they wanted. So just simply emailing my list that I had a new course they could buy, it worked, meaning people bought it and I made money. Now, I didn't make a ton of money. Not a ton of people bought it. But I learned over time that that's not enough. Just announcing it on launch day or launch week is not enough. We have to build up hype ahead of time. Think about the way movies are launched. Nobody just spends $200 million on a movie to produce it. Paramount, Sony, Disney, they don't spend $200 million to make a movie and then it just shows up in the theaters and they put a couple of billboards up the day it comes out. No, they tease out teaser trailers months prior, sometimes a year ahead of time. Then they have more full-length 2-minute trailers, 60-second trailers, 30-second trailers, more commercials, more billboards. All the actors and the directors and the producers do the late-night talk show host circuit to promote and promote and promote. You're going to see Facebook ads. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. All of this is build-up. It's hype. It's letting people know that something cool is coming, and specifically what it is, even to get people thinking about it, to get them excited about it. Apple has famously done this for years with their new Mac launches, and then it became the iPhone and iPad launches that were more exciting and anticipating that something's coming. We have an event. We're going to make an announcement. It's going to be related to this product or this product. People know it's coming, and they don't just say new iPhone for sale. They drip out hype and build up to build this anticipation. So you want to have some element of hyper buildup. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this. If you're a content creator, like you have a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel, you can start to create relevant content to the product or service you're about to launch so that it's starting to get people thinking about that type of material. And then you can even more specifically tell people that this thing is coming. And I wanted to show you how I'm doing this for my new course. The new course that's coming out is called Mixing University. It's going to be a flagship course for my Recording Revolution brand. And so mixing is a topic within the audio and music niche that I'm in. And so I wanted to create content relevant to mixing. So if you look over at my YouTube channel, the last couple of videos have been mixing specific. One was how to get fatter kick and snare sounds in your mix. And then the last two have been about mixing vocals. So mix home studio vocals to sound professional in 3 steps. Then one's on mixing vocals and the power of contrast. So I'm creating content that's relevant to mixing, but this is what I do. I'm gonna click over on this video.
Know what it takes.
Okay. At the end of the video, but at the beginning of my YouTube description, what do I have here? Say download my free mixing checklist and follow my 8-step process. This is my lead magnet, by the way. I was talking about lead magnets in last week's video on how not to do social media. And one of the things is you're not supposed to sell on social media. You offer your lead magnet on social media. The reason why is you want to build your email list. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm trying to build my email list, but notice what I'm doing. I'm also saying you'll receive sneak peeks and early access to my upcoming mixing course, Mixing University, okay? And then when they click over to that, here's an opt-in so they can get on my email list, which is good. I always want the email address. I'd rather have the email address than the sale because I can then always sell to the email address down the road. But if they don't buy something, I don't have their email address, I can never reach out to them again. So I'm trying to capture their email address. I'm giving them extra value. They're gonna get this free video. They're gonna get this 8-step mixing checklist. They're also gonna get a guide I put together called Mixing and Mastering Explained. So they're also getting multi-tracks they can download. So I'm actually giving them 4 free things, 4 lead magnets all wrapped into one if they opt in, but I'm telling them, look, you're gonna get a sneak peek of my upcoming course. So they're gonna get a preview of it. I'm telling them that there's an upcoming course. I'm telling them what it is. And in the video, if you were to watch the video at the end, I explain more of why the course is awesome, what it's gonna feature, who it's for, why they're gonna love it. I tell them the name, and then I'm putting them on an early access list. Okay, this is both strategic for me because it allows me to then segment my list or create a segment of people that have said, I'm really interested in this stuff. So of course I'm gonna email them the moment the course is available. But also it's psychological because it's telling them, I'm gonna put you on a special early bird list so you'll hear about this before anybody else. They may not buy it, they may not want to buy it, but a lot of people want to be the first to know. And you want to feed into that. Give them what they want. They want to be the first to know, so give them that opportunity to raise their hand and say, I'm interested. Now, I could not do any of this. I could just make content and then one day release my course. But if I do this, and I've done this for 3 weeks now, I got another video coming out on Thursday of when I'm taping this, that'll be another topic on mixing. It'll be more motivational in nature. It'll be me on camera as opposed to a tutorial, but I'll also pitch this exact same thing. I'll also mention the course is coming. So there'll be 3 or 4 weeks of buildup. We got a month of buildup on my free content side of things. So this is on my blog and on my YouTube channel. And then of course I'm promoting these posts on social, letting people know. I'm not only adding value, but I'm letting them know that this amazing thing is coming. All of this pre-launch buildup and hype creates excitement, and it creates a date and a week for people to mark on their calendar that this new thing is coming. I believe in it. I think it's awesome, and I think you should too. So whatever your product is that's about to launch, whether it's an online course like I sell, or a membership site you're going to offer like I sell, or it's a physical product, or it's a new service that you're launching, whatever it is, put it on the calendar, backtrack, let people know that it's coming, and create regular content teasing it out, getting them excited, building that hype. Okay, building hype is one thing, but what do you do to actually launch the course to be more successful? You hopefully have a more captivated audience and a more anticipating audience if you've done the hype, but come launch week, there are 2 more critical things you need to do to actually increase revenue. Number 1, and this is probably the most important of the 3, is to create some sort of scarcity element. Launches that just open and something is just now for sale in perpetuity, by nature will not make as much money on launch week as some product or service that launches with some element of scarcity that convinces them to buy, but to buy now. Okay, what are we doing here? Is this manipulation? No, this is just giving people a reason to buy now because by default, people will procrastinate. Okay, you could have built up all the hype in the world. You could have an amazing product, But if you don't give them a reason to buy now, they can see it and say, that's awesome. I want that, but I'll buy it next week. And then next week doesn't roll around, or I'll buy it when I have more time to think about it. But then they won't think about it because guess what? They're busy. They're like you, they're like me, we're busy. If we don't have a reason to buy now, we probably will put it off, and what we put off, we never end up doing. So what you want to do is get people to take action. How do you do that? There's 3 ways you can use scarcity, and you can use one of these or a combination of these 3, and I've done all 3. Number 1, the most classic example is to close the cart, meaning that they only can buy it this week. If they don't buy it by Friday at midnight or Saturday at midnight or Sunday at midnight or whatever you do the cutoff, it goes away. Maybe it goes away forever. Maybe it goes away for a few months, but this is your chance to buy. So if you're thinking about buying, you can only buy it this week. That's the easiest, most powerful way to create scarcity. Now, why would you do this? Why would you take a product away? We'll talk about this more in another video about what's called the launch model, when you close the cart and you bring it back periodically from time to time. The reason is it gets more sales because it makes people take action, and then you can reopen the cart or relaunch the product down the road. You could do it twice a year, you could do it 3 times a year, you could do it 4 times a year, you could do it once a month, or never again. It depends on what the role is. But there's other reasons to launch and close the cart, and that is if it's like an online course, let's say, you might want to launch it and get a bunch of people to join and then close it to the public, and then get in there and improve it. Find out from your first crop of people how you can make it better. Are there any things that it's missing? Is there anything that's broken? How could you deliver more value? Maybe your positioning and your sales copy wasn't clear enough, and you're figuring that out once people are in the course, like, this isn't what I expected. So then maybe there was a breakdown in your positioning, so you can better position it when you reopen it later, whether in perpetuity or as a launch model. Either way, telling people that if you want to buy it, now's your only chance because I'm taking it off the table on Friday is a classic way to get people to take action. It's not forcing them to buy it. They still have to decide if it's worth the money to them, and they still have to decide if it's a good fit for them, but it makes them decide, if I'm gonna buy it at all, I need to buy it now. Classic scarcity element. The second thing you can do is to have some sort of launch bonus that goes away. I've done this as well. I had a course called Total Home Recording that I launched back in 2015. That course, I didn't close the cart. It was open, and it's still open to this day. But I had an extended 3-hour online training that I had offered a year or so prior. That was an online workshop that people paid $100 a ticket to attend. And it was a one-time event. It was 3 hours of awesome in-depth training. And I recorded the whole thing, and I just held on to it. When I launched that course, I said, look, if you purchase during launch week, if you purchase by Friday at midnight, I'm going to give you this additional $100 3-hour training absolutely free. It goes away midnight on Friday. That gave me a reason to create scarcity, and it gave people a reason to buy now. So the people that were on the fence, or the people that were like, dude, I totally want this course, it made them buy this week as opposed to next week, because I know that next week it won't come. So you can have some kind of additional bonus or training, or it could be like you're going to offer a live Q&A interaction with you one time for people that buy on launch week. There could be all kinds of things. They could get an additional product of yours for free that you'll offer them as a bundle if you buy this week. It could be an additional video module that you're still going to record. You haven't even done it yet, but you can still promise it as a bonus, map out what they would get in it. And then if a bunch of people buy it, then you know you got to make that bonus. There's a lot of things you could do, but a exclusive thing that goes away if they don't buy this launch week. Okay, so that's the second thing that you could do to build scarcity. Cart closes, they can't buy anymore after the launch week, or a bonus goes away. The third element of scarcity you can use is launch pricing, meaning that if you want the product or service at this price, you got to buy this week, because after Friday at midnight or Sunday at midnight, price is going up. So this is really classic and really simple. A lot of times products are introduced, it's introductory pricing. You see this on any kind of product all over the space, but it's a way to say this is new and exciting, and I want to I want to reward you for taking action and being an early adopter. So the price is going to go up. So let's say it's an online course. The course is going to be $200, but if you join this week, it's only $100. It's half off, or it's only $150. Price goes up after midnight. And so if you grab it launch week, you get this initial price. I've done this with memberships where I have an ongoing subscription service. And if you join now, during launch week, you're going to lock in this low rate every month. And then the price goes up for everybody else after this week. And your price every month will be locked in at that low monthly rate for life, as long as you don't cancel, even though the price goes up for everyone else. It's the same thing. It's scarcity. It's give them a reason to join or buy now, because it's going to be more expensive if they join or buy next week. Okay, so scarcity. Either take away the product, so close the cart, take away a bonus or exclusive offering, an additional thing that you're giving them, or increase the price after launch week. Either one of those or a combination of all three can be super powerful to creating more sales on launch week. Okay, third and final thing you need to do on launch week to create as much revenue as possible, and that is to over communicate and email your list every single day. Okay, what do I mean? On launch week, you want to be in their world every day, talking about a different element of the course. You don't want to have one announcement on a Monday and that's it, or announcement on a Monday and a Wednesday. Or worse off, you don't want to do what some people do, which is over segment their audience and they only promote to the people that seemed interested in it. No, you want to promote to everyone who's on your list every day of launch week. So if you're launching on a Monday and the cart closes on Friday, or the scarcity element goes away on Friday, you've got 5 days of a launch week. You want to send at least 5 emails, one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You also, if there's a scarcity element, probably want to email 3 or 4 times on that 5th day, on Friday, reminding them it's going away, the bonus is going away, or the price is going up, or the cart's closing at midnight. Why do you want to do this? Because people are busy, because people procrastinate, because people need reminders, because people forget. This isn't bugging them. This isn't spamming them. They chose to be on your email list. This is giving them every opportunity to take advantage of this amazing offer before it goes away. If you don't do this, you're doing them a disservice, because you're not reminding them that this course goes away, the product price goes up, the bonus goes away. And you also have to remember, you may write 5 or 8 emails on launch week and send them all out, but most people don't open all your emails. I mean, you know this. Your email open rate is not 100%. So we know that not all the emails are getting opened. I know that I don't open every email that comes my way. Or if I do open it, I don't open it the day I get it. Things stay in my inbox. I see them. I forget to open them, or I don't see them. It gets lost in the sea. You don't know what their inbox looks like every day. So be in their inbox every day, because they may not have opened day 1, day 2, or day 3, but they might open day 4, or they might have seen them all, not worried about it. But on Friday, they get the last minute reminder email, like, this is your last chance. Offer goes away tonight. And like, crap. So you're using the over communication of email to remind them of the scarcity to then get more sales. So they work in concert. So what I want to show you is my spreadsheet for this launch, okay? So this is a spreadsheet showing dates of teaser content. So this is all the pre-hype buildup in green. So these are sneak peek emails that we've mapped out, what the video is going to be. There's going to be a PS in the email. This is all the hype. Same thing with the pre-launch stuff. But then you can see launch week, and you can see post-launch week, and you can see, like, I'm launching this course on a Thursday, which is a little unique, but we have different reasons for that this time around. So there's a Thursday email, there's a Friday email, there's a Saturday email. I'm taking Sunday off. Then there's a Monday and a Tuesday email. So each basic work day that the launch is happening, it closes on Tuesday, there's an email going out. So there's a 6-day launch, in essence, with 5 emails, or 5 days worth of emails. And on that final day, there's multiple emails going out, okay? And then we're also using sort of that multiple over communication and emails sort of leading up to launch. So my pre-hype emails even, not just the teasers, but the launch emails almost begin before the cart opens. So I'm starting my launch emails even earlier. So really, if you include that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days of emails with multiple emails on the last day leading up to the launch being over and the cart closing, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close the cart on this course for now, at least. So you can see that I'm over communicating. I'm taking every advantage to be in their world on launch week. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not worried about people unsubscribing. If they're unsubscribing, if they're irritated by the emails, they're people that would never have bought my course in the first place. So I don't worry about that. I also know that this launch week only happens once. After launch week, I'm going to go back to my regular schedule of amazing free content once or twice a week, whatever that is. So I'm not going to be bugging them about it in the future. So I might as well do my job to let them know that this amazing thing is here and this is your one chance to get it. You might as well get it now. Now that's a lot to throw at you, but those are 3 critical things. These psychological elements of building hype, creating scarcity, and over communicating on launch week are so critical to you actually getting people to take action and make sales. You could have the best sales copy in the world. You could have the best sales funnel in the world. You could have the best webinar if you're launching with a webinar, whatever it is. But if you don't have these 3 principles underneath all those fun, shiny tactics, you won't sell, and you won't sell a lot. I know because I've done bum launches that did $1, $2, $3, $4, $5,000. And then I've done launches that I've done 6 figures. So I've done the wide gamut of launches, and the ones that do 6 figures have these elements in place, okay? So take it from me and from what I've done in the past, what I'm currently doing literally right now, I'm in the throes of it right now, these 3 things will work for you when you launch your next product or service. Now, I wanna give you something that will really, really help. I've put together an entire checklist called my 6-figure online course checklist. What this is a guide that walks you through how to build, it's 4 steps of how to build an online course. So if you've never built a product and you want to build some kind of digital product, I think an online course is the best way to go. It's the easiest way to go. So it'll walk you through how to build an online course. Now, maybe online courses aren't what you do. Maybe they aren't what you build, but I still want you to have this because the psychology of how you build an online course that will sell, that will virtually sell itself, will apply to any product you make. So I actually would almost have you read it as how to build a 6-figure product almost. Doesn't matter if you don't sell online courses, the principles are the same. So it's the 4 steps of how I build courses that I know will be 6-figure courses and beyond. I've had 7-figure courses that have done millions of dollars. So I know what I'm talking about here. So it's sort of those 4 steps of how you build them and then how you sell them and how you get killer testimonials from them that help you then perpetually sell them. I've taken all of that stuff, put it together in a checklist. It's right here at sixfigurecourse.com. If you go to sixfigurecourse.com, the link's below this video. It'll take you here to this opt-in page where I'm going to be able to get your email address because this is my lead magnet. Okay, I'm showing you how this works, so you'll get on my email list. But then what you get for free is this amazing guide that's super packed with information. It makes it really simple, so it's like bullet points. Don't make these mistakes like Graham made. Do these things like Graham has figured out that works. And then you can just reference it when you're building your next product, and you'll see these elements woven in of having hype, having scarcity, and then emailing every day of launch week, if not multiple times a day. You'll see those elements also baked in to this 6-figure course checklist. So get your copy of it absolutely free at sixfigurecourse.com, link below the video. Let me know what you thought of this. Are you using all 3 of those elements when you launch products? Have you used them in the past? 1, 2, or all 3 of them? Leave me a comment below. Let me know also. I'd love to hear where you're at when it comes to your launches. As always, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you on another video real soon.